I know he directed Top Gun Maverick, but I'm kind of surprised that this movie still has a few story bits in there as well.
Ooh, that's a hot mug, guy.
So to get something out of the way, I'm a mild fan of the sport. I really got into it when Drive to Survive started. But admittedly, when Max Verstappen started winning every race, I kind of got a little bit bored. I know that things have changed around now, especially with Hamilton going to Ferrari, thinking that's going to save him from not winning. But I know that the races have kind of gotten a little bit more reversed. There's a little bit more challenge. McLaren's doing better. But the problem for me, and this is pretty much a petty thing, I do not like a lot of the tracks of F1. I'm going to start off with some heresy right off the bat. I know that Monte Carlo is a classic track, but they should get rid of it. This track was made for cars that are a third of the fucking size of current F1s. I remember checking a stat that apparently, I don't know, 2 years ago or a year ago, that the only cars that passed each other was last to second last. Also, all of the tracks in Abu Dhabi are boring. They're all flat. There is more elevation and de-elevation in the fucking pit lane than I swear any of the other tracks are. But if you get any of the European tracks, they're all great. Australia even has a really good one too. So I've established myself as a very mild fan. I like this movie a lot. I know that there's probably a lot of shit in here that might be a little bit overblown or a bit dramatic, but that is the case with any kind of fucking sports movie. I feel like this is like watching a movie about boxing. Boxing, they make it like they're throwing fucking haymakers every 10 seconds and they're not actually grabbing and like fucking being exhausted the whole fucking movie. F1 does what it can to be realistic while also adding Hollywood flair. Whether it comes to Brad Pitt's character basically being a reiteration of James Hunt, a very unique choice and actually a pretty good choice. If you've never seen Rush, absolutely should see this movie. Fantastic movie. Aaron Pierce is kind of the young kid who's this young buck, this rookie who has talent but also is misdirected, is not looking in the right way. He needs the old timer to show him the ways of the world, the ways of the track, and the ways of discipline, while the old timer also has a few demons in his own closet, not to the extent that it takes away from his skill. Y'all remember that movie Driven? The one with Stallone in it? It also had some pretty ridiculous bullshit in it. It's like they saw that and like, hey, you know, that's a awful fucking movie, but there's some good bits in it. Why don't we just take the few little good bits from that movie and put it in this movie? And that's it. That's what this movie is. Brad Pitt's pretty great in it. I really like his Sonny Hayes character because, like I said, he's basically James Hunt, just for a modern audience. But the real reason you want to watch it is the races, and the races are phenomenal. The tech that they use, both of the IMAX camera and the cameras inside the cars, really, really good. It feels like you're in races. Technically speaking, they were doing actual races. They were doing actual events. They did do some stuff at Silverstone, which from what I heard, people said was really weird to watch it when they didn't know that that was being filmed for the movie. But regardless, all the audio technical side is fantastic. Sound design's great. Music is really, really good, funnily enough, because my previous review was talking about terrible fucking soundtrack choices. A lot of really great soundtrack choices in here. I've already added a few tracks to my driving playlist because the choices were really good in this movie. If I can have complaints about it, the biggest problem is probably just how very rudimentary the story is. Like I said earlier, how it's very close to some beats from Top Gun Maverick. Krasinski knows how to make a good basic movie, and that's what F1 is. You can see a lot of the beats coming from quite a ways away, but you're still entertained because of how well put together the movie is. It's very much like how Christopher McGuire works. Christopher McGuire makes very basic movies with Tom, but they know how to make them very entertaining basic movies. And that's what F1 is. It's a very basic, very entertaining sports movie that has some great camera work, some great situations, some great immersion into these events, into these races, into these moments. And while the story, when you look at it from the outside in, you don't look at the races at all, yeah, it's pretty bleh. The story does what it needs to do to move the character motivation along, to grow, to have the chemistry happen, to have the beats happen, and you enjoy everything along the way when it comes to the cars. F1 is a product movie, if anything, but it is a very, very well put together product movie. I am already going to see this again in the D-Box. I saw it in IMAX, and if you can see it in IMAX before it gets pushed out by Superman, I would absolutely do it, because it's really fucking good. If you can see it in the best quality theater you can, you'll benefit from it. Trust me. So in the end, I'm going to give F1 a 5 out of 7. I really enjoyed it. I had a really fun time. The experience of it was really fun. Sure, the story is kind of meh, but that's not why I went to see this movie for. I went to see it for that. On an actual technical side, yeah, it's like a 5. For me, in terms of enjoyment, it would be a 6. But I also have to be somewhat professional when I do this. I can't be this chauvinistic, stuck-up movie critic who doesn't really talk to anyone except a couple hundred people a day. Can be, right? Was that self-defeating? I don't really know if that was. But that's all from me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, and if you're interested in more, subscribe. Apologies for taking so long to come out with these reviews. Work's been really busy. Trying to get motivation to do this has been... I finished doing a season of a show, and I really wanted to just take kind of a break from this, so it was nice, but back to basically trying to see movies as I can. But anyways, like I said, see you guys next time.